Good afternoon to you. It is Friday, March 10th at 2:43 p.m. Hope you're doing well. Purdue was just beaten Rutgers 70-65 and has improved to 27-5 on the season. This game, I would love to say meant a little bit more. It really didn't mean anymore because this tournament's dumb. But I'll talk about what happened, what transpired, and why I cared a lot at the end of the game. But first, let me thank our sponsors. Head over to martinvintage.com when you're done here. Get a t-shirt, get a sweatshirt, and are boiled at checkout, and you'll get 15% off. They also have, I think they have a deal going right now because of March Madness. If you're on their mailing list or email list, there's something going on. So, yes, this is my lucky shirt, Chris. It is extremely lucky. It's a great shirt. It's a really great shirt. And it's not a Martin Vintage one. It's just my favorite watering hole in the Westfield area. Thank you all for being here live who jumped on right when the feed. Adam's on here. A lot of cast of pals, Handle. This is a good group here. Thanks for gathering. You've reached the big time. Oh wait, I got to thank Adam. He's here. So thanks to AJ's, eatajs.com. Order ahead. Get something delicious, have it ready when you get there, or have it ordered to your apartment or home. I have big news. I'm going to stream from AJ's on Sunday after the selection show. My counterparts, the Handsome Hour, we've already made a deal. It's going to happen. They're going to stream from their locales, so we'll be in Jersey and Pittsburgh and West Lafayette. AJ's on Vine, by the way, burgers, beef, and beer. That's where I'm going to be streaming from. Before, I'm probably going to enjoy some of the fun and frivolity of being around human beings during Selection Sunday. If Purdue is in the championship, I don't know how I'll handle that because I don't like being around people when Purdue plays. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't care because at that point I think they might have already tied up the number one seed. I guess it doesn't really even matter. And today shouldn't have mattered and shouldn't got me angry, but it did. So you've grown, or you're bigger time when you have people complaining about the way you deliver the message. And so if you don't like the way I deliver the message, like I said, there's tons of Purdue content out there. Go watch it, and you can stop right now. You can just leave because that's okay. I'm not offended. I'm not bothered. I used to do this video podcast when nobody was watching. So I'm really glad to have people here. I think it's great to relate with people here. But if you don't like it, it's okay. There are really good outlets out there. I mean, really good. Lots of talented people who are, they're not more handsome than me, but they're pretty talented. And they're Purdue fans. They're diehards, just like me. So some are younger, some are older. There's females in the video blogosphere now. It's good. It's good. But if you're going to complain about it in the comments, just don't stay here. I mean, because what I'm going to do if they get too bad, I'll just start erasing them because I don't have any time for that. Enjoy your life. I mean, you don't need to waste time here if you don't like it, and I mean that. I really don't. I don't know why you'd do that. Life's too short. You've got choices, so go watch something that makes you happy. What doesn't make me happy is watching Big Ten officials manage a game like they did the last few minutes of today. Let's look at some of the things, the facts that Nathan Anderson, happy Friday to you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Another regular, very happy you're here. Nathan, if he has a problem with it, he'll just be constructive. We'll have a conversation. He's not going to complain and just, goodness gracious. Yeah, so watching the final few minutes of that game got me really into a lather. So let's look at some of the things coming in. Purdue lost their last game to Rutgers. I wanted all the games, every opportunity for Purdue to have a chance to exact some sort of revenge. It's not going to happen. I haven't looked at the bracket because it's dumb. But this is good. It's good to have a chance to beat a team that beat you on your home court. Rutgers has Purdue's number. Make no bones about it. Purdue had lost, I think, 3 straight to Rutgers. They had lost 5 of their previous 6 games to Rutgers. And this time they were able to win. It didn't feel very easy because of the way it was handled in the final. The final 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I think, took like 42 minutes or something stupid. Felt like it took about 4 years. You had, I'll tell you something. I came into this game and I had a lot of respect for Peichel, his coaching staff, and a lot of Rutgers players. I left this game with none of that respect. And I'm not kidding. So that's great. I actually love that because I don't like liking other Big Ten opponents. I didn't feel very good about liking Pikel, but I don't like him now. And I don't like Mulcahy at all because of his stupid face and his flopping. And the fact that the refs, these guys played the refs like a fiddle. And the refs were just all involved in that. If you don't think there was somebody on the take in that game and that officiating crew, you're nuts. I think the spread was 7.5 points. The way that game was called was totally, it looked like they were just trying to keep that thing close. Purdue was up by 8 points. Should have been up by 12 points. I tell you what, Braden Smith's got to hit his damn free throws. That's one thing. I mean, I think he missed 2 or 3 down the stretch. Got to hit your free throws, guys. Got to hit your free throws. But the way that thing was called, that little mini stupid scrum that didn't mean anything. Let's look at what precipitated it. Mulcahy is locked up on, I think it's Smith. And he won't let go of the ball. The play's already been blown dead. It's been blown dead. He won't let go of the ball. So Edey gets in between him, just puts his arm in between him, and Mulcahy acts like he's been punched in the face or shot. He flops. The refs give Edey the foul. They give him a technical foul. It wasn't a flagrant. It's just a dead ball technical, I believe. Wasn't a flagrant. But Edey didn't do anything. And they watched the review and did that. That's the thing that got me about it. It's not so much that the call gets made. If it gets made quickly, fine. It didn't get made quickly. The ref was right on top of it, did not blow his whistle, and he was right there. Yet, after reviewing, he thought that was worthwhile of a dead ball foul. Are you kidding me? And there were other things in that final closing minutes that were just infuriating. Yeah, that's a tough brand of basketball. That's worse to watch than Wisconsin because it's not just one Brad Davison. It's 5 of them. Even the guy who I love, the big man on Rutgers, who I like coming in, him talking trash to Edey at the end of the game, like Edey had picked a fight with Mulcahy. Give me a break, man. You're better than that. And then in the high five and the handshake line, Mulcahy acting like he's best buddies with guys. You're not best buddies. I don't forget what just happened. I didn't even play in the game. I'm sure as hell the players don't forget that. And they shouldn't. I think he's going to be back next year, and they shouldn't forget. Beat these guys twice next year. Gosh darn it. That team and the coach telling Mulcahy did a good thing by flopping. I mean, watch the video. If you want to go back and watch that whole few minutes, I don't know why you would because it was painful. But if you want to, go watch it and see why it drew my ire. Go ahead. Maybe you disagree. I don't care if you disagree. It's not going to change my mind on that. But that was really, really poorly called, and it took a game that looked like it was going to be an 8 to 10 point victory for Purdue, and made it a 5-point victory. Purdue wins 70-65. The other problem with the end of the game, though, there's 2 problems there. One is the officials were egregiously bad in that closing stanza. But the other thing, and this is a horrible thing. Purdue's ability to handle the press is so bad. Ethan Morton has no idea how to handle a trap. He doesn't see the center fielder waiting out there. He dribbles into the trap. Braden Smith dribbled into the trap twice, into the corner. Fletcher Lawyer dribbled into the strength of the trap twice. Guys, this isn't rocket science. The out of bounds is your foe. Get it up the middle. You make their job so much easier. Another thing, though, that I missed in that melee of dog shit officiating was the tied ball by Omanuri, where he reached around Edey and they call a jump ball. That's not a tied ball by rule. You can't tie a ball. You can't do that around somebody's back. You can't. But the refs called that tied ball. But the funny thing about that, and I think that was one of those calls they overturned. They overturned 3 calls in that game that were so obvious not the other way, and they were just overturned. That's tough to watch. By the way, if you think that getting in the NCAA tournament is some sort of magic elixir where you get good officials all of a sudden, you haven't been paying attention to college basketball all over the nation. You haven't, because this is the way it is. It's really bad. And if you don't understand this, I'll explain it again. Big Ten officials are NCAA officials. The only reason they're officiating Big Ten games is they're in a hopper that they are invited or welcome to put their name into the ring for a Big Ten game. The Big Ten only has a certain group of officials that they have approved Those people can come and officiate at a Big Ten game, and they will grab the little tick paper off the bulletin board in the Big Ten break room. Yeah, but that's it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better in the tournament. It just won't, because it's not going to. It's not better. It's not. It's bad, and it's a really bad thing for a game that I love watching. So, anywho, let's look at stats just a little bit. Mason Gillis played absolutely huge. He was awesome all game. I think he started the game 6 for 6. He ends the game leading all scorers, 16 points, 9 rebounds, had an assist, had a steal. He had a couple turnovers, but great game. And if it wasn't for Gillis, Purdue would have been in such deep water. They've been way over their heads. Remember, this game started out with Purdue looking absolutely horrendous. They were down by double digits in the first half. Instead, they fought and scratched and clawed. Matt Painter was a bit of a soothsayer before the game. In his media comments, he said, you kind of want to be in a rhythm when you're in a tournament and playing already. So the teams that didn't have the double bye, they've already played and they're ready to go. And this looked like Rutgers was ready to go and Purdue simply was not. Purdue looked dead flat in the beginning of the game. The things that Rutgers was doing, where they were pulling the right, pushing the Amar Rui he started the game really strong, and at the same time, Edey couldn't hit his turnaround. He couldn't hit his little baby hook. Edey finishes with 16 points, 11 rebounds. One thing that I'm concerned with over and over is, how did they shoot the free throw? How did they shoot free throws? Well, they shot 70%. That's that magic number. That's a breaking point for me. They were in a much higher percentage before the end of the game. Gotta hit the front end of one and ones. Gotta do that. Let's see, another guy that played really well. Newman is a funny case. He only has 1 point, 6 rebound, 2 assists, but his defensive energy was excellent. And I would keep him in the starting lineup if I were Paint. Obviously, it's not my call, but I just think he gives Purdue another dimension, and he gives another level of energy. Morton is good on defense, and Morton had a good shooting game today. Maybe this is better for Morton too. Maybe he shoots the ball better when he comes in off the bench and he's forgotten about. But he had 8 points. He was 2 for 4 from 3, and I think he hit 2 of his first 3. I think he may have hit 2 of his. I have to go back. I'm not going to tell you anything. Jenkins played great in the first half. Huge offensive energy, 3 for 3 from 3, and he had another big drive where he drew a foul. A little more quiet in the second half. I would have loved to have seen Jenkins and Newman there, and at the end, Lawyer and Morton looked absolutely befuddled by that trap, like just confused. I don't blame the kids. Again, I blame the coaches for not preparing these guys for the trap. It's not that difficult, but dang it, they still don't know how to handle it, and it's frustrating to watch. A couple of my friends, Handel was one of them, asked why teams don't throw the press at Purdue earlier. My college roommate asked the same thing. I understand the point. It's very, very difficult energy-wise to press a team for an entire game unless you're conditioned for it. I thought of right away VCU and Arkansas back in the 90s. Arkansas was at 40 Minutes of Hell, was Nolan Richardson's team, if I'm getting that all right. They create chaos, right? And they are in such good shape because they are used to pressing the entire game. Purdue runs into a team that presses a lot. Purdue's going to be in major trouble. Also, if they run into that, plus officials that are calling the game loose, these officials were calling it very, very loose, and then they started calling it really tight, and then they started calling it ridiculous. They had really 3 chapters during the game, but it kind of played in. Plus, it's... like I said, I lost a ton of respect for Rutgers today. I don't know if that matters. It doesn't matter to Rutgers. It doesn't matter to you guys. It matters to me, though, because I kind of liked Rutgers, and now I don't like them at all. So good on me. I guess I win because I can go back to my normal hating almost every team in the Big Ten. I am pulling for Penn State this weekend. It's good to see Micah and company doing well. I think they've probably played themselves off of the bubble and into the tournament, but I think one more win would really put them in solidly. But I think they're probably in. Rutgers is in. The Big Ten's going to send 8 or 9, it looks like to me. So, man, I hope one of these years somebody in the Big Ten figures it out and wins a damn national championship again. But we're at 20-something years, 21 years since it's happened. Maybe 22 years. Regardless, I don't think I'm going to take questions. or comments. Let's see. I do appreciate everybody tuning in, though. It's great to see everybody here, and I hope you have enjoyed that. Whatever. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about the Big Ten tournament, and I don't know if you think as lowly about it as I do. And it's probably a multifaceted problem with me. Number one, Purdue is not historically successful. They're one of the worst in the league. I think they're only like 4 teams worse than Purdue historically in the Big Ten tournament. IU is one of those, which is nice, but still, Purdue's won one championship in spite of the fact that they have had the double bye every year since the conference grew. They're just not good in it. That's probably part of it. So I don't like watching it. I mean, I've been to it a couple times. I have a friend who's an IU grad who he always asked me to go. He's asked me multiple times. Probably won't ask me anymore. We went together last year though to see IU play. He takes it a lot less seriously than me. Good for him. I wish I took it less seriously. But anyway, Fletch Lawyer looks a little bit, worn down. He looks tired. He missed a couple free throws early, I think, as well. His shot is short. I hope he is able to get some of that back. But, man, that's a lot to ask for a guy who's been, I don't want to say running on fumes because I don't know him personally, but it sure looks like he's definitely not playing his best basketball of the season, and I don't blame him. I mean, the rigors he's going through every game are pretty incredible. All these guys, but like I said, Purdue's 27-5. That's the big thing, and they're heading to the semifinals, right? Would that be the semifinal? Yeah, semifinal of the Big Ten tournament. And I haven't looked at the time or any of that, but more basketball is better. But I still don't love the Big Ten tournament. I appreciate all you tuning in, and appreciate the lively conversation in the margins. Hope you have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Like I said, keep your eyes open. We're going to have a NCAA tournament reaction show, a handsome hour basketball beat, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter, but it'll be multiple Boiled sports personalities. I don't know if Mike will be there. He'll be there in spirit like he is here, always in my co-pilot chair every single time. God bless you. Hammer down. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you.